Hey folks, Isaac with Parabola, and in this video, I'll be reviewing a recent update our team is quite excited about, which provides key improvements to how your teams will be building and editing workflows, creating and leveraging visualizations and dashboards, and finally, how we'll be thinking about Parabola tables moving forward. So to get started, one of the first key improvements your teams will likely see is the addition of a new step called Visualize. For the first time, we're bringing visualizations directly into the canvas. So all you'll need to do moving forward is bring in the new step, connect your arrow over to the step, and directly within the canvas, you'll have the same visualization building experience that you're used to. So things like charts and graphs and group tables are all accessible directly within the canvas. It's worth noting, we're also introducing a new tab called Dashboard, where your teams will be able to see all of the visualizations you've created on your canvas in one area. A final call out here is that each view will have the ability to actually be hidden or displayed on the dashboard, depending on your team's preference. One of the next key areas of improvement is as it relates to the live flow and draft relationship. So let's say I add a trigger to my flow. I want it to run once per day. Immediately after doing so, you'll see a new banner at the top that indicates there's an active trigger on this flow and it's locked for editing. If I choose to unlock this flow at this point, I'm now editing the live version. I don't need to create a new draft at this point or enter a draft. I'm already editing the live version. So if I were to make a change at this point, like bringing in a new step, those changes will automatically be applied to the next flow run. Now it's worth noting if you have a complex flow or some logic that you really want to make sure stays safe and is not impacted by any sorts of live edits, your team is still able to create new drafts. So once I create a draft, all of my steps will be duplicated from that flow, and I can make any sort of larger changes I want to here without impacting any upcoming live flow runs. Once I finish with those updates, I can click Publish Draft, and that will take all of my changes I've made and apply them to the live version of the flow. You'll notice at this point, I'm back to just having one version. There's no longer an existing draft. It's just the live flow that we're working in. The intention here is really to streamline the building and editing version based on feedback that we've received from many customers over time. Last but not least here is a key change to how we're thinking about parabola tables. So in the previous state, many flows would send data to a parabola table, and using that parabola table, teams would create the charts and graphs and also share data across other workflows. With the introduction of the Visualize step, the primary purpose for parabola tables moving forward is really around data storage and sharing data across those workflows. So the key difference here, the Visualize step will not share data across a workflow, whereas the parabola table will store that data and be used as a source in downstream flows if necessary. It's also worth noting here that if you had a flow previously that had visualizations built on top of your parabola table, your flows will automatically be migrated to include a Visualize step that pulls from that parabola table and recreates any sort of visualization you'd previously defined. So we're quite excited about the updates, and we're really looking forward to hearing any feedback your teams might have. Thank you.